Manual method is one of the traffic measurement, volume measurement method, and that will be helpful to us. Without any instrument, we cannot use any instrument in this method. Manually we can count the traffic which is moving on the road only. So there is a procedure to understand this manual method, how to go for this manual method of traffic volume measurement. So number of observers required depends upon the number of lanes. If there is a 2-lane road or 4-lane road is there, so for collecting the information about the vehicles which are moving on the road, we require the 4 peoples. Okay, means entering and the exit from that road, that persons by calculate by the 2 persons. And likewise, number of lanes are there. Based on this, we can understand the number of peoples required to calculate or to count the vehicles moving from that road. Second one is the it depends upon the each and every direction. Okay, if there is a coming and outgoing, if there are the two directions are there, then we require the 2 person over there. And by positioning, each and every observer should count the vehicles, and for that purpose we have to make the 3 shift in a day. If we have if you want to do the survey which is the best survey or the exact result, if we want about the traffic survey, so we have to go for the traffic survey in the 3 shift, means in the morning shift, in the afternoon shift, and in the evening shift. So we can understand the vehicles which are passing from that road, so we can understand the exact traffic volume of that road. Okay, and last point is the data is recorded by the 5 dash line, means in this manual counting method, there is a, if one vehicle is passing on that road, automatically one dash line is there. Again, 2 vehicles are moving from that road, second dash line is there. Again, 3 vehicles are moving, again 3 dash line will be there. Again, 4 vehicles are moving, 4 dash line will be there. And again 5, again there will be a 5 dash line over there. So likewise, there is a that counting will be used by this dash line method only. Okay, so this is a manual method which will be helpful for us. It is a very low cost method, and only counting the number of vehicles by the persons only, we can make the judgment about the traffic survey. So we'll move towards the next point. So what are the equipment, or the what are the equipment for the manual counting we required? So first one is the watch, again second one is the clipboard, third one is the pencil, rubber, sharpener, and the data sheet. Means first we have to go for this manual counting method, and in that manual counting method, first we want this watch. For what purpose this watch is required? What is required for the period? We have to divide the period: morning period, afternoon period, and the evening period. So start time and the end time. If you want to do the survey for the 2 hours, then starting to the end point, end hour. So for that purpose, we require the watch. For setting the time, that watch is required. So for that is the first point. Second one is there is a data sheet. Again, sharpener is over there. Again, pencil is there. Again, clipboard is there. Through this clipboard, again, now we require a clipboard, means there is a paper. From this paper we can analyze, we can write the whatever the vehicles. From that vehicle we can divide big vehicles, small vehicles. Again, there are the pedestrians, how many pedestrians are moving. Likewise, we'll make the summary sheet. So you can see here what type of the sheet is there. So likewise, sheet is prepared, and in that sheet only we have to write the number of vehicles moving from that road. So on that sheet only we have to write which area we have have to decide to go for the traffic survey, which direction, again time, from what time to what time that we have to do the traffic survey. After that, what is the date, what is the time, again supervision, who has made this supervision. That all these analysis we can count, we can made from this tally sheet only. And again we have to go for these hours, means within an hour, from the morning hours, from the afternoon, and from the evening hours, we have to divide the number of vehicles. Again, heavy truck is there, medium truck is there, small truck is there, again large buses are there. minibus here is there. Again, there are the rickshaws are there. Again, car is there, motorcycle is there, bicycle is there. Likewise, animals are there, pedestrians are there. So we can divide this number of vehicles or the persons from which are moving from the road. So that is come under the traffic volume only. So for that purpose, we have to go for this traffic count tally sheet. Okay. And these equipment are here. First one is the watch, which is required for setting the time. Second one is the clipboard for writing. Again, there is a pencil, rubber, sharpener for writing on the sheet only, tally sheet only. Whatever the observations are there, that observations will write into the tally sheet. After that, next point is the tally sheet. So what is this tally sheet? Recording data onto this tally sheet is simplest means of conducting the manual counting. The data can be recorded with a tick mark on a pre-prepared field form. A watch or stopwatch is necessary to measure the desired count interval. So what is this tally sheet? So tally sheet is nothing but it is required for what purposes? The tally sheet is the simplest means conducting the manual count, means manual count if you want to collect. So for that purpose, this tally sheet is required. And before going towards this traffic survey, we have to make sure that tally sheet should be prepared. And if tally sheet is with us, then automatically we can write the count, whatever the count of the vehicles, if that bus is there, if that truck is there, maybe a car is there, so we can write the number as a 1 2 3 4, means dashed lines we can write on this. So for that purpose, so in this way, these are the manual counting method is completed over here, and that will be required for the doing calculating or the analyzing the traffic survey only. So we'll move towards the next point, that is the survey procedure. In that survey procedure, prepare what to prepare, selection, location, complete study, and the documentation. So first one is the communicate with the other staff department, review historical data, trends, review citizen input, request traffic control. In the selection location means why to go for this traffic survey. If you want to do the traffic studies, or the if any conflict is more, any accidents are on this road are more, so at that time we have to go for the as a traffic engineer. So as a transportation system, they should know the how much traffic is moving on that road, and how it is um, making the conflict on the road. And so what is the operations are there, what type of the flow of traffic on the road. So for collecting this all the information, we should go for this traffic study, and after this information we'll understand what is the problem on that road, and if we can make the judgment about that road, automatically we'll move towards the whatever the objective, and with the objective we'll move towards the goal also. So if we know the problem, so for analyzing, for giving the solution, we'll move towards the solution point of view. We can modify it, or we can improve the road, or we can design a new road for that for that particular area. So for that purpose, we have to understand the first thing is that about the traffic survey on the actual road. So what are the advantages over here? We can see about this manual counting method. The details such as the vehicle classification and number of occupants can be obtained. Means we can analyze, because there is a sheet is with us, and so that if that number should be a with a accuracy, will get because the number of occupants or the vehicles which will be going or moving on the road, that accurate data will get. Second one is the records the turning moment data of the vehicles at the intersection. By the observation only, we'll understand what type of the traffic is there and what we have to do. So for that purpose, that manual counting method is very important. Analyzing the traffic characteristics in unusual conditions such as the adverse weather condition, traffic breakdowns, temporary closure of any lane of the highway. Means if we go for the on site only, so on site we'll understand the whatever the conditions of the roads, again traffic breakdowns, again temporary closure of any lane of the highway. So we'll understand all the things from the road only for by the manual counting method. Again, next one is a comparatively cheaper. It is a very cheaper method because only the people's required for counting the vehicles on the road. No any instrument is required. And last one is the data accumulated by manual count is easy to analyze. Why? So because of this, whatever the data is there, the data will be directly we can interpret from the tally sheet only. So that is the most important point here about the tallying the information. So there are the various advantages about this manual counting method. So we'll move towards the next point, that is the manual counting methods disadvantages. So what are the manual counting method disadvantages? It is not practicable to have manual count for 24 hours of the day and throughout the year. And the counts of remote areas is possible by the automatic devices. So there is a disadvantages, and what are these disadvantages? First disadvantages is that we cannot count the vehicles each and every day for the 24 hours. That is the one of the disadvantages. 24 hours आपण काय करू शकत नाही तर मॅन्युअल काउंटिंग व्हेकलचं करू शकत नाही. So that is the one disadvantages, okay, about this manual counting method. And second thing is that, and for that purpose, हा जो काही disadvantages आहे, to overcome disadvantage, we have to move towards the automatic counting devices. Okay, so we'll see what are the automatic counting devices. So automatic counting method, there is an automatic counting method. We'll see what is this. An automatic survey involves the placing a tube or the loop across a road which is connected to a box containing maze for storing the information. In this method, vehicles are counted automatically without any human involvement. There are two techniques of automatic counting: contact system based on pneumatic, mechanical, magnetic, or contactless system based on the electrical or the optical, ultrasound, infrared, radar, microwave, CCTV, video image processing methods. Means automatic counting methods, there is no require any person to count the vehicles from the road. So it is a automatic counting method, and so that there are the different techniques are used. And which are those techniques? These are the techniques are based on the pneumatic, mechanical, electrical, okay, optical, or sometimes ultrasound, video image processing system is there. Some of the CCTVs are over there on the road, and through these CCTVs, through these image video processing or the microwave, sometimes infrared radar, means by using this electrical or the mechanical, pneumatic, again magnetic, that systems contact that contact systems are usually here to understand what how many vehicles are moving from that road only. And that is the very most important point here, and it will collect the information about whole year, whole 24 hours that system is working, and so that we'll get an correct idea about the vehicles which are moving from the road as compared to the manual counting method. The automatic count provides the means for gathering large amount of the traffic data. Automatic counts are usually taken in 1 hour intervals for each 24-hour period. The counts may extend for a week, month, a year when the counts are recorded for each 24-hour time period. Peak flow period can be identified. Means that a counting method is a contact method only, means to the phonetic, to the video conference, to the video image processing, to the radar system. Okay, through these processes only we will collect the information. And this information is if you want for 1 year, if we want for the month. So at any time we get this number for the from this method, that is the automatic counting method. So that this counting method is a very important method here. So we'll move towards the next point, that is the automatic counting method. Automatic counts are recorded using one of the three methods. One is the portable counters, permanent counters, and the video tape. So we'll see how these are the recorded. So you can see here, these are the pneumatic tubes, and through these pneumatic tubes, if the vehicle is moving from that pneumatic tube, that automatically through these tubes that rays are transferred, and through the machine that count is recorded. So you can see here that vehicle is passing, and after that, that automatically that number is count into the machine. Okay, the permanent counters are used when long-term counts are to be conducted. The counts could be performed every day for a year or more. The data collected may be used to monitor and evaluate the traffic volume and trends over a long period of time. Means these permanent counters are there that are the helpful for us for the understand the information about the long terms. Okay, and these portable counters are here, which we can understand for a manual observation for a period, how many period we want. From this we can collect the information. After that, videotape or the videography. From this videography or the videotape, observers can record the count by the videotaping. Videotapping traffic volume can be counted by viewing the TV videotapes recorded with the camera at the location site. Okay, means video recording will be videography is there, and through this videography automatically will understand the how many vehicles are moving from this road only. So you can see here the picture. This picture you can understand. There are the cameras are there, and through these cameras we can understand the vehicles are moving from that road. How many vehicles are there? These vehicles are, if vehicle is moving from that road only, that automatically captured through this camera, and that will be monitorized. That will be that will be monitorized, and second thing is that that will be stored into the devices, and we understand the what is the count over there for that period. Next one is the pneumatic road tube. You can see here, this is a pneumatic tube over here. So pneumatic tube road tube sensors are there and send a burst of air pressure along a rubber tube, and when vehicle tires pass over the tube. As you can see here, there is a tube which is provided on the road, placed on the road, and if that vehicle is passing on that tube only, whatever the air, that air is burst of air along the rubber that is pass over the tube, and because of this, that um, sensors give the indication towards that machine that vehicle is passed from this. So in this way that recording is going to be occur into the machine. So through this recording, we'll understand how many vehicles are moving from the road. You can see here these are the pneumatic tubes, and there is some equipment is provided here. If that through that pipe again this vehicle is moving on that, then automatically through this way through this pipe whatever the air, that air is going to be removed out, and through this that signal is passes towards this receiver. Sometimes there are the bending plates are used. That bending plates are there. This weight pad attached to a metal plate embedded in the road to measure the axle weight. Means if you want to um, calculate the weight of the vehicle. So at that time, this weight of the vehicle we can calculate by this bending plate method. That these bending plates are placed on the road. You can see here, and through this weight we can calculate the speed as well as the weight of the vehicle. It is an expensive device and requires alteration to the road weight. So through this also we can calculate the number of counting of the vehicle. Second one is the weight of the vehicle, and third one is the speed of the vehicle. Also we can calculate by this bending plate method. Next one is we can here calculate the equipments used for the automatic counting method. Automatic counting method. So you can see here that is a pneumatic tubes. Already we have seen weight in motion sensor. Through this weight in motion, there are the that bending plate is used over here, and through this bending plate we can calculate the weight of the vehicle, and as well as the second thing is that speed of the vehicles, and through this we'll get the count of the vehicle also. Vehicles counting video camera. Through this video camera will understand how many vehicles are moving from that road. Okay, so that will be easily captured by the camera from the roads. Again, vehicles counting by the video camera. You can see in the both the pictures how this camera is capturing the vehicles. Traffic volume. So what is the traffic volume? In this way, we can calculate, these are the methods. In this way, we can calculate the vehicles traffic volume which is on the road by the indirect method and the direct method. So that important part is completed here. So we'll move towards some of the definitions. So that what is the traffic volume, we'll see here. So traffic volume, what is meant by the traffic volume is defined as the number of vehicles or the persons that pass a point on a transportation facility during a specified period, which is usually for 1 hour. Okay, so within a 1 hour, how many vehicles are moving from the road? So that is come under the traffic volume. And these traffic engineering studies are many volumes such as the daily volume, hourly volume, or the peak hour volume. Means we can calculate if you want to daily volume, we can calculate by this manual counting or the indirect method by using the indirect method. So if you want the peak hour volume, so that also we can calculate. But for that purpose, we should know the yearly, monthly, and daily basis volume of the traffic. Again, in addition, volume of a day or an hour can vary greatly depending of the different day of the week or the different time period of the day. So there is a volume on the traffic, volume of the traffic on the road is different for the different time. Okay, so that is the related to the traffic volume. Traffic volume data can identify critical flow time periods, determine the influence of large vehicles or pedestrians on the vehicular traffic flow, or document traffic volume trends. The length of the sampling period depends on the type of count being taken and the intended use of the data recorded. Example, you can see here, an intersection count may be conducted during the peak flow period. If so, manual count with 15 minutes interval could be used to obtain the traffic volume data. Means that traffic volume is based on the number of count. That number of count within a peak hour, that will be more. Within a afternoon time, that will be less. If within a evening time, that will be more. So in this way, we can understand the traffic volume, how it is. Okay. Two methods are available for counting the traffic volume that already we have seen, manual and the automatic. There is a traffic volume. Annually we can calculate, weekly we can calculate, daily we can calculate. So based on this, there are the units are different. Means daily 24 means number of vehicles per day, number of vehicles per hour, number of vehicles per week, number of vehicles per daily. That's why in this way we can give the units to the traffic volume. Okay, traffic volume units is depends upon the within which how much time is how much time we have spent for the measuring the number of vehicles moving from the road. So if we have moved towards the if we calculate the vehicles annually, so it will be come under this 365 days per year. So that much vehicles are moving on the road. If weekly, if we calculate, then 10 vehicles per week. Again, there likewise will example I am giving here. If there is a daily, then 24 within a 24 hours, that much amount of vehicles are moving from the road. Again, there is a if a particular day is there, then particular day if we can write as on Wednesday this much amount of vehicles are moving on the road. So likewise there is a units per day, per hour, per year. Likewise unit will be there for the traffic volume. Traffic variation. So daily traffic variation, there is a at each and every time that traffic variation is occur. So it is defined as a ratio of it is defined as average annual daily traffic, annual average daily traffic over yearly average volume for a particular day of week, Monday, Tuesday, etc. Means monthly variation. There is a daily variation. Okay, so there is a variation means there is a differentiation of the traffic which is coming and outgoing from the road only. So we can understand by the daily, we can understand by the monthly only. That is the variation. So that is the calibration example I am giving here of the collection of data for ADT of for monthly factor they have calculated. Okay, we'll see the traffic variation. Now we'll see the most important point, that is the passenger car unit. So what is the passenger car unit? So passenger car unit is a metric used in transportation engineering to assess the traffic flow rate on a highway. Okay, passenger car unit is a metric used in transportation engineering to assess the traffic flow rate on a highway, especially essentially the impact that the mode of transport has a traffic variables such as headway, speed, density compared to a single car. uh, you can see here that passenger car unit is a one unit. That unit is used here to convert the each and every vehicle into the volume only. If there are the 10 trucks, if there are the 4 tractors, if there are the 2 two-wheelers, so that count is a variation with the mixer. There are the mixed vehicles. So we have to convert this mixed vehicle into one unit, and for that purpose, one number is required. That number is nothing but a passenger car unit. So that passenger car unit number is here. You can see this. Now for car, that unit is 1. For motorcycle, that unit is 0.5. That bicycle, that is 0.2. LCV, that is the 2.2. For buses, for trucks, that is 3.5. And for three-wheelers, means if there is a rickshaw, for that purpose, that is the 0.8. Means depends upon this number of vehicles, we can convert the mixed vehicle into one unit, and for that purpose we require the passenger car unit, and that passenger car unit is very important here for converting all the mixed vehicle into one unit. Next one is the spot speed studies. Okay, so we'll see here only about the what is the spot speed. The spot speed म्हणजे काय तुम्हाला सांगितलं मी in the first lecture only I have told you that spot speed is nothing but the instantaneous speed of the vehicle. Means at any instant, if we want what is the vehicle speed, so that speed is nothing but the instantaneous speed of the vehicle. Okay, so in this today's lecture, we have completed the most important part, that is the what is the traffic volume, what is the traffic volume, how to calculate the traffic volume, what are the objectives, what are the objectives about the traffic volume. Again, we have seen the traffic variation. Again, we have seen how to calculate the traffic volume by the direct methods and the indirect methods, and that how these methods are useful to calculate the traffic volume. That all part we have completed here in this lecture only. So whatever the remaining portions over there, we'll see in the subject as a traffic engineering and control, which is dealing with the BE civil class. Okay. So okay, we'll see some of the MCQs after that. Okay, within 5 minutes, we'll join for the same session here. And within this session, we'll see some MCQs which are based on this today's lecture, today and yesterday's lecture. Okay.